I was never that type of girl. I was always the innocent girl. I was never a hoe. I was never a slut type.
Okay, so you were fragile. You were very fragile and innocent into that
I
lifestyle.
used to get bullied. I used to always be the odd girl. I used to always be the weird girl. I used to always be the tall, slim girl with the big forehead and the red hair. Everybody used to make fun of me all the time. So when TKO gave me the opportunity, I was like, I can't believe a man like this is choosing me. He's got all these designer clothes. He's got all these chains, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. So,
Okay.
but
So
now,
I like how you said that. You see, if y'all can hear her, you guys, she says that she came from a household where she was very innocent. She did not know anything about pimping and hoeing. She didn't know about that lifestyle. She was kind of impressed and intrigued after getting bullied at home by her family members. She was impressed and intrigued that by the fact that TKO, a guy like him, would want her. She's always wanted to be a rapper. She's always wanted to be famous. And so his dream aligned with hers because he was a rapper too. So that's understandable. I can see how a woman like you, an innocent girl like you, can fall for him because not knowing or being a part of that lifestyle totally get you.
right. Growing up, I
Right.
always was the rapper. Even when I was in church, I wrote everybody's lyrics. We had to put on a play, and I wrote everybody's stuff. Everybody used to always be like, rap, rap, rap. My uncle even had a studio in Texas, and I used to rap. And everybody's be like, can you rap for us? Can you rap for us? So I always been talented. I always been an artist. I used to write poetry and make music and stuff. So
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay. So he get with you, y'all meet up, y'all still keep in contact with each other, and now he introduced you to the lifestyle where we just, you just went over that. And now you says, okay, so he kind of told you basically that you won't need to have sex with any of these men.
hmm
All right. So now
you want to start
tell me
another one?
about how, yeah, let's do another one. Let's do a longer time. Okay, we got it. Okay, you got
Oh,
it.
sorry.
But that's okay. We'll just do it again. But
Okay.
kind of tell us about your first encounter, your first date. Did it and I want you to not just tell us what happened, but walk us through your emotions and your thoughts. Like you going in the room, you thinking this, the fear or
Well, my first day, I put up on him. I mean, he put up. I told him to meet me at the 7-Eleven because we met on the internet, and I didn't know him. And the 7-Eleven was right by my house, so I walked over there and I seen the Benz. And when I first got in the car, I was like, "Damn, this nigga's short."
no
That
no
was
no
the
no no. You
first.
you talk no no not his date because you told us that part. I'm talking about your first encounter with a trick, a man when you were
Oh, a trick.
prostituting
Okay,
yourself.
my first
Yeah.
encounter with a trick. Well, me, TKO, and his friends, we drove to Vegas, and TKO, he likes to take the girls around the strip. He likes to show everybody a good time. He likes to show people Vegas. We went on a roller coaster. We went jumping off of the stratosphere. His friend crashed, jumped off the stratosphere. We had a great time. He was showing me a great time. And then I start to see his bad side. I seen him choke up his friend because his wow. He thought his friend stole his car.
Wow, similar to Boss Life
He thought
story.
his
And
friend
him,
stole his car.
yeah, he
So
thought
he
you
he
almost
had
stole
this
his
nigga
car.
choked up. He had this nigga choked up against the wall. And that's when I first seen his crazy well, the first time I seen his crazy side when he told me to get in the back seat. But I didn't really I looked past that. But then I seen him choke up his friend against the wall for thinking he stole his car when he just went to the store to get some sticks. And so the first time I had a trick, we went to the was it the CVS, and we got gift cards so we can sign up for Backpage. And then I started getting calls, and the first call I ever got was from this trick, and the only thing he wanted to do was sniff cocaine off my titties. He didn't want to have sex or anything. He just wanted to sniff
Okay.
cocaine off my titties.
Did he ask you to do any cocaine with him?
No, no, he just
Okay.
wanted to sniff cocaine off my titties, and I got money, and then I got in the car, and TK was like, "Yay, that's your first time. You did it. You broke
How
the
much money was?
you popped your cherry. I think it was $500 for an
Oh,
hour.
okay. Okay. And when you hopped in a car and he congratulated you, did he ask you to hand over the money right away?
He was like, I was testing you to see if you gonna hand me the money right away, and I noticed you didn't. And I was testing you. I was like, "Oh, daddy, I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to." I was so innocent, you guys. I didn't know nothing. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to hand you all the money." And I don't know. I don't remember what happened. He took the money, and I don't remember what else.
Okay. All right. So did you get any what did he give you? You said you don't remember anything else. All right.
Well, he didn't
So
give
I
me
just
no
want
money. He never gave me any money except like when he told me to go to the store and get some stuff for the house. But that was far, far.
wow, so
Yeah.
every job that you would go out and do for him with prostituting yourself, um you he would take all the money and give you nothing?
Yes. Every time.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. Was sometimes were you ever hungry while you were with him?
Yes, I was.
Would he allow you to eat when you were hungry?
The only time we ever had a problem was when I took a bite of my burger before him, and he got so angry that I took a bite of my burger before him. He was like, "Why the fuck are you eating before me?" He was like, "You hungry ass bitch. You couldn't even fucking wait. You couldn't wait." He just started tripping on me for taking a bite out of the burger before him when I bought the fucking burger. Nigga, we wouldn't be having burgers if it wasn't for me. He just tripped out on me. Like out of nowhere, it was like bipolar. It was crazy, bro. It was like, didn't I not just sell my pussy for this burger?
Lovely, lovely. I love you so much. You know why? Because you are funny. When you be recounting his short ass, I could just imagine him screaming like that. It's just funny the
He
way you
just went
say it. That's why I was
crazy.
laughing
Like,
like
what the
that.
fuck? Why is you tripping?
Right. Okay. Your story
I
does
promise you
sound.
guys, I'm telling the truth.
Oh
All right,
yeah,
let me
it's
not
it's
recount.
very. Yeah, you guys, listen. I believe her
I'm
story.
not reading the
This
comments.
is okay. This is very believable because we have similar stories like Boss Life, how he feel about food, their eating consumption being controlled. Yetta, his attitude towards food with her. And so yeah, I'm listening. I hear you and I do believe your story. But let's go ahead and get into it. So after that incident, okay, so when did he first start putting his hands on you? How far
He
into the
didn't.
relationship?
He didn't start putting his hands on me until a year into the relationship. So by then, I was deeply, deeply, deeply in love, extremely in love. I've never been so in love in my life. He was the perfect man, everything I ever wanted. He was perfect. And then whenever I was with him, I would ask God for signs. I'll be like, God, are you sure you want me to be with this man? And I would look up in the sky and I would see a shooting star. And me and him used to see shooting stars all the time. We seen three shooting stars. And I looked it up on the internet. I looked up what is it? I'm very spiritual. I'm very superstitious. So I looked up what does it mean when you see shooting stars, and it said mean you with your soulmate. So that's why TK always be talking about soulmates and stuff, because I used to always say we soulmates. That's why he be always calling the girls they soulmates and stuff. So I used to be like,
Wow.
me and you are soulmates, because I
Wow.
seen those shooting. Imagine if y'all ask God, is am I supposed to be with this man? And you look up in the sky and you see a shooting star. Would you think that's a bad sign or a good sign? So
If
I
I
stayed
didn't
with
know
him.
any better and I was fresh and I was fresh from my house and didn't know any better and wasn't taught, about how men could be manipulative, and wasn't taught a lot about men, then I could
My
see
mom
how
never
it's
taught me anything about men. My mom used to work all the time. She was an alcoholic. My dad was in prison. My mom never taught me anything. She never helped me with my dreams. Growing up, I always wanted to be a rapper and model. I used to beg my mom to take me to modeling things. And finally, I went to a modeling thing. She said she's not paying for it. My mom never wanted me to be successful. She never wanted me to reach my dreams.
how old were you during this time when you used to see the shooting stars? When you first met him, how old were you?
How I was 19.
19.
He was
So
he
I
was he
want
was 28.
All right. So listen, I want y'all to understand. We are talking about a 19-year-old. Y'all are judging this woman. She is now a woman, but she was a baby back then. Your prefrontal, your ability to make decisions, which is your prefrontal lobe, only
Your
starts
brain not even
growing.
developed until age 30.
uh well, your prefrontal lobe is not fully developed until the age of
30.
17. And so 2
Oh,
years after that, you're only the age of 17 when your prefrontal lobe is developed officially. But 2 years after that, you're 19. You make a lot of mistakes at 19. Let me ask y'all a question. How many Put a 1 in the comments if you made a lot of mistakes at 18. Put a 1 in
my
the
mom,
comments if you've
my
made a
mom
lot of
never
mistakes
taught
at
me no
18.
game, y'all. My dad never taught me no game. I didn't know that the man had to spend money on a woman. I didn't know that the woman was the prize. I didn't know that. Now I do.
Yeah. So I just want to let y'all know that. And I would put a 1 in the comments myself, because I myself has made a lot of mistakes at the age of 19. Hell, those are our most impressionable years. We just getting our feet wet, the ground wet with, with a lot of stuff. And so I understand why, if you praying to God and asking God, is this my soulmate? And you see in a shooting star and you Googling it and it's saying your soulmate, you already in love there already. There's signs you're not really in tune with your intuition yet. She's telling us what's going down. Now, let's backtrack just a little bit, and I want you to tell us about you growing up. So, tell us a little bit more into that. Did you live in a two-parent household? How were your parents?
Okay, growing up, I came from a good family. I had a pretty good childhood, but I was in a single. My mom was a single mother. She worked all the time, and while she was at work, I was always out in the streets. I was out playing with my friends. My cousin lived in the same neighborhood I used to be in, so I used to be in my cousin's house. My cousins was bad as fuck. Um, so I used to get very influenced by the kids and stuff. But growing up, I used to get bullied a lot. I was always the weird girl. They used to always call me weird. I used to get bullied. It took me a while to take up for myself. The first time I ever took up for myself was me and my cousin. My cousin, he used to always hit on me. The first time I ever took up on myself, I slapped the fuck out of him. He was scared as fuck. Um baby, my cousin's baby mama was right. Yeah, hit him back. Don't let him fucking hit you. Don't let him hit you. And I was listening to her. She was like drama sound off. I was like, hold on, let me listen to her. And so that's the first time I ever seen a man scared of me, and then that's when I knew I had the power. So that's when I first started taking up for myself. But other than that, I used to get bullied all the time. I was like the weird girl. I was like Lindsay Lohan on Mean Girls. You
That's
know.
crazy, because you describing your story kind of reminds me of, it brought me back to a moment, me being at a sleepover at my grandma's house, having a birthday
Right.
party.